Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is Chris with Warcraft 24/7, and it has been a while. I have been AFK for a little bit. Had a lot going on in my personal life and trying to get back into the game, get back into making videos for you guys. I want to let you know I haven't went anywhere. I'm still here, still farming out the gold, still doing the guides, everything that's we built this YouTube channel on, and I thank you guys for sticking around. But today we got a brand new video, and we're getting ready for the War Within. The War Within will be coming out pretty soon, and we want to get ready for that. So we took a look at our custom price source that we've been using, and we made some adjustments to it. If you know, there were some issues with the custom price source before that was causing some items not to be posted, being invalid, and we did some work on that, and I want to bring that to you guys today. I'm going to show you the 10 custom price sources that we set up in TradeSkillMaster to post all our auctions. Alright, so let's go to our settings. If you don't know how to get the custom price source, you go to open up TradeSkillMaster, go to settings. On your left hand side of the screen you will see custom sources, and these are the 10 items that we have set up, and I'm going to blow this up. I'm going to open this up in Notepad to show you guys so we can talk about these 10 sources, how to set them up, and what they mean. Alright, here we go. Let's blow them up in Notepad. Makes it a little easier to see. Let's blow that up just a little bit more. Alright. These are in order that you need to set them up. And basically what you're looking at, number one, minimum profit. This is pretty self-explanatory. This is the minimum profit that you want to make every time you post an item. We have ours set at 25 gold. I know that seems kind of low. Some people have those set a lot higher, but that's kind of where mine is set for transmog. On transmog, I don't want to make anything less than 25 gold. I'm not going to post it. If it's going to bring me less than 25 gold profit, I would just soon disenchant it. Alright, so first thing we need to do is we need to make sure that the item has a minimum buyout. If you've used TradeSkillMaster any amount of time, you know that items that do not have a minimum buyout on the auction house, there are none posted, can throw you red flags when you're using custom price source. So what we're going to do a simple formula, which is max parentheses dbminbuyout comma 1 copper close parentheses. Now what this is doing, this is going to check to see if there is a minimum buyout on the auction house. If not, it's going to return a value of 1 copper. We don't want it to return a 0, because what happens, the 0 is what causes TradeSkillMaster to bug out. We want to return a value of 1 copper. That way we know that if it's got a value of 1 copper, basically nothing on the auction house does, that, you know, there's none of those posted. Okay? The third thing we're going to set up is our average realm price. This is an average of 4 items that we take from the TradeSkillMaster that it collects for us, and we're going to take our DB market price, our historical price, DB historical, our DB region market average, that's what it's averaging across the entire region, and our region historical price. We're going to take those 4 prices, we're going to add all those together. We add all those together, and then we're going to divide that by 4. That's going to give us the average. That's going to give us a good average of what this item brings on a realm across all the different realms. Now these 3 are basically setups. They're just setup items. We got a couple more that are just setup items, and all they're doing is setting it up for our formula to work later on. That's going to determine if we're going to post this or not. Alright, the next one we're going to set up, because we already found our average, is what I call a min buy. It's just a simple variable. You can call it whatever you want. I called it a min buy. Just make sure that if you call it something else, that it is also called that in your formula. And what we're going to do, we're going to use a simple formula that's going to check. It's going to say if greater than. So it's going to say that if our check dbmin, That's where we made sure that we had a DB market minimum buyout. If it is greater than 1 copper, then our minimum price, our minimum buy, is the dbmin buyout. So we know for sure that there's a minimum buyout, and our minimum price is going to be that buyout price. If there is not, if the checkdbmin returns equal to or less than 1 copper, which we know that if there's not a dbmin buyout, it's going to return 1 copper, so those are going to be equal, it's going to use the average realm price that we already found as our minimum buyout. So basically this is saying that if there's none posted on the auction house, we're going to use that average realm price as our minimum buyout price. All right, number 5 is deposit. That is basically just another setup feature, because we know that when we post an item on the auction house, it has a deposit cost that's going to get charged to us. And we're going to take the max value of the vendor sell price. This is a variable that's already set up in TradeSkillMaster, times 0.6. That is what it costs us to post on the auction house. 60% of whatever the vendor sell price is what it's going to cost us. Now, there are some items that don't have a vendor sell price that we can still auction. So that is why we use this formula. Instead of just saying 60% of vendor sell, we say whichever is greater, the vendor sell price at 60% or 1 silver. Because items that do not have a vendor sell price, we want to capture that 1 silver instead. Because this will turn a 0. This will return a 0 if there's no vendor sell price. So instead, we're going to use the 1 silver. That's just a check and balance to make sure that it does not invalidate our price source. All right. So moving on, number 6 is operating cost. That's basically what it's going to cost us. It's going to track what it costs us to post this item, taking into account the amount of times we've already posted this item. That's where your numexpires come in. So basically it's going to say we're going to take our deposit times 2. Now the reason I do that because I want to make sure that I'm making at least my deposit. I'm covering at least another deposit when I post this item for another time. So I'm taking my deposit times 2 plus the deposit times the number of expiries. Now we know that the deposit we've already found in number 5. We've already found our deposit number 5, so we're basically taking number 5, deposit, times 2 plus the deposit times the number of expiries. This number, deposit times number of expiries, is going to increase every time you post that item. And I'm going to show you why we put that in there for just transmog. These are only for transmog. I want to make sure you guys understand this. These formulas are just for transmog only. This isn't for selling herbs or ore or anything like that. This is just for transmog. And I'm going to show you why we have this in here and how we post our transmog in order to make this work. All right, number 7. This is where we're getting into the meat of the formulas, of our custom sources. Number 7 is profit. This is what we're actually making by posting this item. And I'm gonna break this down. We're gonna work from the inside out on this. And I'm gonna show you guys how this works. We are taking the aminbuy, which we set up at number 4, minus our operating cost, which we set up at number 6, minus the auction house cut, the aminbuy and the auction house cut, plus our deposit. We're adding our deposit back in because we will get that back if the item sells. So that basically is what we're posting at. We are rounding. I know this formula looks a little complicated, a lot of parentheses. We are rounding this price that we figured out to the nearest gold. Okay? So we're going to say that our minimum buy minus our operating costs minus our auction house cut, the aminbuy times 0.05, plus our deposit rounded to the nearest gold, And we're going to take all that and we're going to find which is greater, that price or 1 copper. Okay? Because what's happened while we're doing the max, we want to do the max of those two because we want to make sure that this doesn't invalidate our posting. So that if anywhere along the way these operations become invalid because they go into the negative, we want to make sure we return a value, and we want to make sure that value is 1 copper. What happens is operating costs, as you post the item multiple times, your number of expiries go up. That causes that number at some point, the operating cost, to be greater than what your minimum buyout is. So if, say, your minimum buyout is 100 and your operating cost is 200 gold, that's going to invalidate this string, causing this to flag a 0, a negative number. Okay? So we want to make sure we return a 1 copper in our profit. And it's important we do that because we have to have a value in our profit in order for our minimum price to work. Alright, so all those 1 through 7 is all set up. That is all set up, custom price source setup, to get to min price. Min price is what we're going to be posting at. So we're going to look at, and we're going to say if greater profit is greater than or equal to our minimum profit. So basically if number 7 is greater than or equal to number 1, that means we're going to make at least 25 gold. We're going to post it at that profit price. Okay? So all those steps, 1 through 7, were just to get to this point to say that if we're making that 25 gold profit, we're going to post this item. If not, if we're not making that profit, we added in this step right here, a min buy plus minimum profit, to cancel the auction, basically, to make sure we don't post it. So we take our minimum buy price plus minimum profit. So that's going to throw a number that is higher than the minimum buyout price that is posted on the auction house. So basically if we're not making a profit, we threw this operation in at the end to make sure that it is not going to post the item. So basically, if profit is greater than or equal to minimum profit, then let's post it. If not, we're going to skip it. Alright, number 9 and 10 are basically our normal price and our max price. And those are just a percentage of our min price that we found in number 8. Number 8 is really what drives this whole operation. And 9 and 10 are basically just values based on that minimum price. That's our custom price source that we're going to be using going into the War Within to set everything up. And basically I want to show you how that ties into the operation. I told you this is just for transmog. So we're going to transmog. Alright. Here is what those operating costs, basically we are posting cap 1 time. On transmog, if you post multiple, that is going to increase that operating cost exponentially. So every time you post 2, it's going to go up by 2. You know, if you post 3, it's going to go up by 3. It's going to count every time it's posted. So it's important to only post 1 at a time on transmog item. Okay? Then also our posting price, how we have it set up. We want our minimum price that we're going to post at as that min price. Okay, that's gonna drive it. That's our min price. And then our max price is simply max price and norm price. We set all those values up in TradeSkillMaster and custom settings because we don't want to have to come in here and adjust this formula inside the posting operation. What we want to do is if we want to make tweaks or adjustments, we want to be able to go to settings, custom sources, make our adjustments right here in these variables, these custom strings that we set up. So if we decided we wanted to start making 500 gold as a minimum profit on every transmog we posted, we simply edit the min profit from 25 gold to 500 gold, and that would change all of our minimum pricing, normal pricing, max pricing. That would change all those operations over here in auctioning, so that these would all increase based on changing that one setting over in custom price source. That may have been a little confusing, that may have been a lot, may have been fast going through it, I don't know, but I hope it made sense to you guys. You can find all these custom price sources in our Discord channel, totally free, listed under custom price source. I'll have it pinned, I'll have it put in there and pinned at the top of the custom price source. There's some old custom price source stuff in there. I'll make sure the new ones for the War Within are posted. You guys check them out. Leave us comments. Let us know. Subscribe. Give us a like if this video helped you. I hope it explains the custom price source thing. Showed you kind of how we're going into the War Within, trying to make lots of gold, because we're going to need it to buy that Warforged bank, the bank for all our warband. We're going to need quite a bit of gold for that. So just wanted to show you guys that. Hope you had a great day. I'll be back soon. Hopefully I'll have some more videos pretty quick, and thank you guys for tuning in. This is Chris signing off.